Burn live, burn live, burn live, burn live, burn live, burn live. It's going down, baby. Burning through ashes, trying to make comments.
If you feel it, 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 if you feel
Burn live, y'all, where we burning through conversation trying to ask y'all common sense. Burn live, y'all, where we burn through conversation trying to ask y'all some common sense. How you doing? I'm your host, Capiche, and it's going down. Tonight I have my host, Bully Route Empire, in the building. We have a concerning conversation that we want to talk about. He brought to my attention, and this is something that I definitely want to start doing for the new year, is when people have concerns or they see a story that's not being covered to their liking, that we have a sit down and that we can discuss ourselves to actually push out the narrative and get the point across so other people in all corners of the world can see what's going on. So I do appreciate Bully Route coming through with this story that we're going to cover. Right now, we got to give him a second. He has his camera off. And StreamYard has this new feature that's weird, is if your camera off, you is not being seen or heard on the show. So I got to start letting people know that. I don't know why it's doing that. Other than that, Bully Route Empire, how are you? How are you?
I'm doing good, Capiche. You know,
Would you like?
enjoy the holidays.
That's what's up. Would you like to let the people know who you are and where they can find you?
All right, I go by Rio. I'm the CEO of Bully Rat Empire LLC. I breed dogs, specifically in a bully breed. Uh, you can find me on Instagram at Bully Route Empire _. That's BULLYROUTEEEMPIRE. All one word _. You can find me on Facebook at again Bully Route Empire. That's my breeding page. You can also follow me at on Instagram, Bully Route Empire _.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's where you can find them. Please go look them up, go search them, please. Let them know that Bird Live sent you. And you can get 5% off a dog. How about that? I know it's not a lot, but yet again, everybody got to eat, got to make sure people eat. You know what I'm saying? He always give me 5%. Now, we up the sales, we bring a lot of traffic, then he'll probably give us a higher percentage off on dog. So it's really up to you. I want to give him a shout out. Thank you for coming. And thank you for introducing me to this story. Ladies and gentlemen, as you see what the title is, we're going to go out the first title. The title is School Abuse. I'm going to start off this by saying this little opening speech. Abuse in school comes in various forms. You may not recognize abuse. There's still this trend of non-snitching. So a lot of people may see abuse in school and still doesn't feel like they have the authorities to tell somebody to speak out. So this issue that we are having with school abuse, and it's every day. These are just, I'm just strolling through Facebook and YouTube on my way home just to see how many stories could I find in a recent. So I looked this up. Let me look it up one more time. I went to just this month when it came to stories about abuse. And you got a Christian school abuse that was 8 days ago. You have a guy is talking about a mental doctor abuse becoming, I really don't know, but it was 8 hours ago. I really don't think that's a story. But $17 million lawsuit on a CPS lawsuit on child abuse. This was in Chicago 3 weeks ago. So there's a lot of stories, but my guy wants to cover this specific story, and we're going to cover it. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's listen to the story. We're going to go from there.
Cool. I was just trying to get home, get on the bus. And as soon as I get on the bus driver told me that I was supposed to be on the bus, and today she gonna make sure I'm gonna get off the bus, so don't sit down. So once I sit down, she pulled up to the administrators. The administrators get on the bus, and they automatically thought I was on the wrong bus. They just, when she told them my name, they got on the bus and just told me to get off the bus. At first I refused, and then when I was refusing, they said if I don't get off the bus, all the students have to get off the bus. So once all the students got up off the bus, I got off the bus with the students. And then as soon as we all get off the bus, they didn't check nobody's names. They just told everybody to get back on the bus. As I get back on the bus, they told me to get off. And that's when they called the officers. When I sit down, the officers had came on the bus. They asked who was the student they was talking about. And the bus driver had pointed me out. They came back. They told me to, they asked me to get off the bus. I had refused and told them this. Well, I was trying to tell them this is my bus, but the students was telling them that this is my correct bus. All the students on the bus was telling them this was my correct bus.
All students.
Then, out of nowhere, one of the officers had said, if you don't get up and get off the bus, or we're going to tase you. I said, I still refused to get off the bus. And that's when they tried to pull me and grab me. And when I got back up, when I had got back up, he had choked me, tried to choke me. Then he tased me. And when he tased me, I got up. I was still, I don't know, my adrenaline was just rushing. And I just know that he tried to tase me again when while I was getting off the bus. I jumped off the bus. And when I was off the bus, they put me in some handcuffs. And the officer who tased me had started slapping me while my hands was in the handcuffs. He was slapping me, then he tried to tase me again while in my hands.
I can't hear you.
I said, I wish I can find out this kid name and go deeper into this story, because this is literally outrageous. For the fact that a kid getting tased, unfortunately, I have to say this. For a kid to get tased, the kid has to be in extreme measures. what is considered extreme measures, very disobedient, being very destructive. You know what I'm saying? Not foul mouth, not cussing, not the normal kids activity. I'm talking about very abusive, um, knocking a kid out, being what's the other words I'm looking for? Other things. Very, very, just very destructive. I don't even disruptive is not it. Destructive is the key word that I'm looking for. Destructive. You have to be very destructive as a kid for a officer to tase you. Now, I wasn't going to do this, but I think I am. I just want to ask AI so we can get an understanding. We're going to finish the story. We're going to go back to the story, but I want to ask AI, what measures do they know that it would take an officer to tase a student? So this is what I'm finna do, y'all. Gemini, what measure does it take for an officer to tase a student that's in school?
The regulations vary quite a bit depending on the specific district and police department. Generally, however, tasing is considered a serious measure and is often restricted to situations where a student poses an immediate threat to themselves or others, and when other measures have failed. Are you interested in specific policies?
No. Exactly what I mean. Destructive. Very destructive. This right, I mean, to be tased. Tased. Now y'all can say like you shouldn't touch the kid, you know, you might have pushed the kid down. I know people don't want to hear that, but I'd rather for a cop to push a kid very aggressively. You know, get upset, get mad, don't like the cop for putting your hands on. I'd rather for that kid to get pushed and tased. Me personally, that's my personal opinion. Tasing a kid from a copper's perspective, yet again, like you said, somebody's life better be in danger. Not not to remove a kid from a seat. We go into some Rosa Parks shit. This is right up the Democrats' alley. This story, not to say it was true or real, because I don't know. Let me say that too. But for this story like this, for this to happen, this is right up a Democrat's alley. This happened during a Trump's administration, and you're saying Trump is not a racist? How could he let this go on? Let me continue. Bully, you have anything to say?
No, this is just crazy right there. Not only that, he was in handcuffs when he got tased and choked out. So how can he even still be a threat? How was he even a threat from the jump? Just because he didn't follow the rules, or he wasn't listening to the adults on the bus. You know what I'm saying? But still, that don't give their ass the right to choke this man, tase this man, even if he did disobey an order. You know.
I wonder when did this happen? Because I'm literally looking. And I'm only looking for a month. I'm only going a month back. So let's go back a year. You know, if I go back what is it? this week, this year. See, I don't want to go back that far, even just this month alone. But going back this year just takes me up out of Trump administration. I don't know. Let's finish this, y'all.
That is horrible. That's when the administrators came back outside and tried to break it up. But he was already in the midst of slapping. When they broke it up, he was still running towards me. He was still trying to attack me while my hands was in handcuffs. He was trying to push against the administrators who was holding him back every time he seen me. When I was in the room with the other officers after this situation, when he seen me, he tried to attack me again. They had to pull him back and pull him away to cool down.
That's a police officer.
When I was in the back room, they called the EMS. EMS had checked me out and told them that I needed to go to Grady. And they said, no, I'm not going to Grady. I'm going to Rice Street. But EMS told them, even if I go to Rice Street, I'm gonna still have to go to Grady first. So they volunteered, the officers volunteered to take me to Grady, and I did not go to Grady that whole day.
Grady,
I went
that
straight
sound
to a
like
police station, and they held me in the police station
Chicago.
until they had gave me a ticket and
He got
sent
him
me
a
back.
It happened in Chicago.
What you say?
I said this happened in Chicago, I think.
See, I don't know. There's no
Grady Hospital, that's in Chicago.
look it up on your phone, see if you can find anything deeper. Cause I'm strolling through the comments. Ladies and gentlemen, I got 24 people in here watching. If you know anything about this story or anything close, can you put it in the chat? Yeah, listen here, y'all. I'm involved in the chat. I'm like this comment right here. Something is suspect about this. I want more about the story. Me too. I'm not here to criticize. Oh man, I'm bad. I can't even see. I'm so sorry. This right here. This guy, it's just part of this story that just doesn't sit right. And the fact, let me just point that out. The fact that this story right here would have made mainstream media. I'm so sorry. You can tell what story would make mainstream media. A kid getting tased in the chest, handcuffed by a police officer, black. Stop. Yeah, I know this would have went viral. Come on, big dog. That's why it's hard to do this. And no offense to you, Bully, because we don't know. We see these stories, and these stories do exactly what they're supposed to do. Hit us emotionally so we can get involved without fully knowing so we can rent out. Now, never seen this lady before. I didn't do no investigation either. I just wanted to talk about. I think the abuse in schools, if it's happening, needs to be talked about. But go a little deeper and further. Okay, this lady, only thing, no. I'm trying to see when did she post this. It's a lot of her singing. I say this lady wears a lot of the same outfits in every video, bro. I mean, I do too, but I only see 2 outfits that she wore in like majority of these videos. I don't know, man. This story is suspect. I hate to say that to you. You still there?
Yeah.
Boy, my whole thing just froze.
It looked like I was froze.
Bruh, no, my computer froze. Like my
Oh, your
computer
shit
froze.
froze.
Yeah. I don't even know what y'all was doing. I was just standing there. I ain't know what to say. Okay, so let's do something real quick. It's kind of hard for you to find something, huh?
Nah, it ain't. Yeah, on
You
that.
found it? That's what I'm saying. On that story. It's hard to find, huh? I did not. Yeah, man. I don't know. And no, man, that if you go to that lady page, bro, that lady page is suspect. Because the only thing she doing is singing and she's singing and she do posts like that, but she in the same outfit.
I don't know if y'all heard about this.
It's the same outfit that's creepy for me. Do you have any resources that you trust that have like almost never failed you?
No.
Huh?
No, I just sent that while I was scrolling.
I found an apartment right up the street from my mom's house, so I was like, "This is perfect."
I feel it. You know why it's hard for me to take things serious, certain stories serious?
Right.
Because my resources don't cover it, and my resources cover anything that goes viral, especially in serious matters like that. But then here's a story for you. This is a story that should have went viral that hasn't, like, nobody know nothing about. That's crazy. Ooh, I gotta hurry up and get this computer fixed.
you fired, right? Know you fired, right? You got your bony, scratchy ass out.
Check this out.
My nigga, you know you fired, right?
Bully.
You know you fired, right?
Yeah.
Pause that. That's loud.
No, hey, my nigga, you know you fired, bro.
On air as well as. All right, we're going to stay in West Alabama in Tuscaloosa, where some breaking news are just into the WBRC 6 newsroom. A Hillcrest High School teacher is now in jail, accused of having improper contact with a student. Tyler Miguel Armstead was arrested yesterday. He is charged with sexual abuse and with having sexual contact with a student. As we learn more, we'll certainly be updating you on this story on air as well as in the WBRC 6 News app.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it.
Nah. Welcome. Y'all just hopped up in here. 23 on YouTube, 16 on X. Man, y'all popping, man. Thank y'all for stopping through. Hit that like button. It goes down. Bully Right Empire. This is the Good Night Capiche show, where we tell bedtime stories of modern day things that's going on in today's society. Also, come get you a dog on me. Come like, follow, and share. We're talking about abuse. We've seen this story. We did a little research to see that if it was true and not, it's kind of hard to find that it was true. But yet again, there are stories of this happening in plenty of places. So don't think it's not. I am fin to go to late breaking news real quick. Recent updated news that he killed. Here's a story for that.
Their first Christmas without their father. After police say he was shot and killed outside of a fast food restaurant earlier this month. Channel 2's Michael Seiden is live in Palmetto tonight. And Michael, you learned this father, he was simply trying to make sure that his daughter was safe.
Yeah, the victim's 19-year-old daughter worked here. She told me that her father was simply doing what any loving dad would do, stepping in to make sure his daughter was okay when her coworker shot and killed him in the parking lot of this Bojangles.
Bro, did you just hear that?
What is it? Florida?
Bully.
Or Georgia? Can you hear me? Yo.
Yes, I can hear you. This is it.
Florida or Georgia?
I can hear you.
Florida or Georgia?
Family in Fulton County preparing to celebrate their first Christmas without their father. After police say he was shot and killed outside of a fast food restaurant earlier this month. Channel 2's Michael Seiden is live in Palmetto tonight. And Michael, you learned this father, he was simply trying to make sure that his daughter was safe.
Yeah, the victim's 19-year-old daughter worked here. She told me that her father was simply doing what any loving dad would do, stepping in to make sure his daughter was okay when her coworker shot and killed him in the parking lot of this Bojangles.
Oh, I still haven't processed it yet. It doesn't seem real.
For the first time in her life, 19-year-old
I hate to cut y'all short, but I am fin to head on TikTok. Please come follow me at Mega Capiche at TikTok. I'm finna go to TikTok. Also, for y'all that don't have TikTok, I will be broadcasting it live back over here under TikTok under Vibes Community and Vibes Community Burn Live collaboration or something like that. Whatever I title, just look for Vibes Community Burn Live. Matter of fact, It'll have this logo up there. The logo that y'all see now, the logo that's gonna be up there. Yeah, I'm finna prepare, load up, get ready, roll up, enjoy the show. I'll be back. I appreciate y'all coming up in here and hanging out with your boy Bully. Let them know where they can find you so we can get up out of here.
Yeah, y'all can find me at on IG at Bully Route Empire _ BULLYROUTE Empire EMPIRE _ all one word. That's on IG, Instagram, you know, and then on TikTok you can find me at Bully Route Empire. Facebook, you can find me at Bully Route Empire. Thanks for
Ladies
watching
and
the
gentlemen,
show.
good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever time you're watching this. This has been the Burn Live Show. I'm your host, Capiche, Bully Rock Power. TV's in the building. Stay tuned for more hits, more shows coming to you. Happy New Year. Bye-bye.